Hey everybody, Concealed Ashkelon time with Nativity. We got the Nativity flavor, and this is the last round of Blackie Grand Prix number 14 or 15. I don't know. Who's keeping track at this point? But we're up against Gilball, a sturdy opponent, well versed in the technicalities of the game. He's going to help me answer some of these more difficult ruling questions that come up here. And let's see, we got 2 star abilities in our hand, Moses and Virgin Birth. Virgin Birth allows us to grab a card from the top of our deck. I'm not sure who won the die roll, but basically we're trying to find a card that's going to help us on the first turn of the game. And I guess I'm going first, and that's why I chose Resurrection Revealer. Moses allows us to shuffle a number of cards from our hand to draw an equal number of cards. So now I got to evaluate which cards am I not going to be using this game, or at least on turn 1. So I shuffled away Pagan Sailor, something else, and then I'm trying to decide if I want to have Star Bethlehem this turn. I could see an argument for keeping it or shuffling it away, but my reasoning is like, oh, I could just use the Magi to go get it out of my deck, so might as well try and draw more Nativity Heroes. And we drew 2 more Nativity Heroes, and the Pagan Sailors is back. Pagan Sailors is only really good if you have stocks, so it was pretty easy decision to shuffle them away. Okay, opponent does not have any star abilities. You have a Lost Soul. I have my Distress Lost Soul. And I have Concealed Riches. I know that's not a really good turn 1 card, but this deck's all about trying to combo off on turn 2. And so this is the perfect game to see if I can do that. I'm going to put that face down and keep that as a surprise. And let's see, what's my best attack here? I think it's Resurrection Revealer, going to my deck, grabbing either Stables, or sorry, Resurrection, and playing Resurrection to get John, and a Fortress. I can either get Stable or Herod's Temple. I'm going to choose Stable because I have the ability to add cards into my hand next turn, and I'm going to need all the cards in my hand to try and go off. So, and then I banned 3 humans. I get to figure out what order I want to do these in. I think verbally I say I want to do Zephaniah, then Magi, then John, but I forget and I do John first. So a little bit of a misplay there. Because like the way it works out now that if I draw 2 from John and I draw 2 from Zephaniah, I'm not going to have hand advantage to do the Magi to get the Star Bethlehem from my deck. So a misplay right there. And the Magi gets to ban to a nativity character. So I can ban to either Simeon or Messenger. So I'm going to ban to Messenger, which allows me to grab a good nativity card. So here, I'm getting the star anyways. So yeah. So ultimately that misplay didn't really cost me that much there, because Magi, you have to either ban or take the star card. So I did the band, and then the band got me star. So I'm tossing the next with John, but aside from that, I really don't have much else I can do. And a Goliath is just going to send all my guys packing. So the thing is, because I have a Bethlehem Stable out that's protecting my hand, and the opponent is blocking with Goliath, I cannot present a new character to attack, which is very unfortunate for me. Those are the cards I think I drew off of John. I don't even remember. I think it's really hard to remember what cards I drew off of John right there. So we're just resolving the negate of Goliath. He negates draw ability. And Zephaniah, draw ability is CBN. Zephaniah is so good. This card is perfect for this deck. Like, it can activate Delivered, it's Nativity, it's CBN, it draws you cards. Like, it does everything you want it to do. And if you're playing Elizabeth, it can even do some banding. But I don't really like Elizabeth as a card. I feel like there's better characters you can play. And the negating evil cards in opponent's territories, like, that's not super relevant right now, in my opinion. The cards that you want to negate, like Sheol, are Sheol and Priest of Zeus. And if and Sheol's not like in their set aside area, and Priest of Zeus is CBI. So yeah, thanks for nothing, Elizabeth. Speaking of Sheol, there it is. They're playing some cards to get some fortresses out. Do I have any good blocks this turn? If they just attack me with 24 Elders? I don't think I do. I can maybe start Bethlehem to try and draw some defense, but I know the top 2 of my deck. One of them is Herdsman, though, so Herdsman could be good if they're drawing cards on the first turn of the game. Luckily, my hand's protected from Hannah, or else she'd be revealing Pagan Sailors, which would draw a bunch of cards. And I don't mind, because if she attacks with Hannah, and even if I didn't have Stables, and she drew a bunch of cards, I could just go Abimelech, block with, and go get Herdsman, block with Herdsman, and keep up with card parity. Here comes Hannah. She can't reveal my hand again, so I'm glad he's attacking with Hannah, not 24 Elders. Okay, right now I know that there's a Herdsman on top of my deck, or I forget exactly what's on top of my deck, but basically there's this part of me that really wants to draw that. Let's see, I have 1, 2, 3 nativity characters, and I can activate 3-star abilities. So I'm going to activate Virgin Birth, then John, then Star Bethlehem. So yeah, I feel like this play was pretty bad. I'm not maximizing my Star Bethlehem here. Like, number one, if I was going to go for this play, I should have played down Simeon for my hand, so I could have drawn an extra card. Maybe number two, if I was planning on blocking on a Herdsman, like I can just go Abimelech into Herdsman. I guess I was really hoping to do the crouch choice here. Oh no, I'm just blocking with Herdsman. So yeah, I don't know, guys. I feel like I could have saved that Star Bethlehem for next turn. And that gives me another chance to draw the flight into Egypt or whatever to give my guys protection. So, okay, I blocked with Herdsman, and apparently Hannah just died. I got to draw a couple cards. I don't know if that was off of Herdsman or if off of somebody else. But they just played a music leader, so if I do any drawing or searching, they can start getting stuff that involves music from their deck. When I take a look at their hand, they have 4 dominance, Abimelech, and wages. So in my mind right now, I'm feeling very happy because I know the kind of coast is clear for the combo to go off. And so right now, I'm trying to navigate that in my mind. But I'm making a critical miscalculation because Concealed Riches requires a certain number of cards to be in my discard pile. I currently have 2 cards in my discard pile right now. And so if I activate Concealed Riches right now, I could only get 2 cards. Or sorry, 3 cards, because I think Concealed Riches counts itself when it gets discarded. So I ended up getting too excited and just like, oh, I'm going to go for the combo. And if I really wanted to get more cards in the graveyard this turn, I could, or sorry, discard pile. I could play my crouch choice and go get something from my reserve like Satan's Seat or Ashkelon or Delivered. And I could also do War Overtaken to kill a territory class stuff, but I get way too excited to go for the combo. And when I activate it, I just realized my mistake. Because now I can only grab 3 pieces of the combo. And so I'm just going to grab Alexandrian Ship, Ashkelon, and Delivered to go get my stocks. But I know they have Son of God in their hand. I know, what else do they have? They basically have a way to interrupt the combo, and I'm not able to discard 4 cards from the hand. And so if I had played this correctly, I would have gone Crouch Choice, had an extra card in discard pile, and then I would have been able to go grab the Cross and Golgotha. And so I could have just played Golgotha, activate the Cross, then go for the Delivered combo. But I just punted. I straight up punted. First game with the deck, got too excited. He's starting to underdeck stuff with Shield. There's not a lot I can do about that unless I wanted to 3 Woes that. Also, I think I should have Warrior Overtaken, kill the music leader, 3 Woes, negate Shield. Yeah, I feel like I've been playing this turn really bad. Because if I was able to activate the Cross there and also do my Ashkelon combo, I feel like the opponent would have been put in a really bad spot. Especially if I negated their Shield and they couldn't like soul drought me. So yeah, here I'm going for the stocks play. Oh, and yeah, definitely if I was concerned about their offense, you know, like I had Warrior Overtaken to take out one and then stocks to capture the other, but I need to capture an OT human. Yep, and here they were able to fire off that crouch choice because I didn't play down Golgotha. Now they're going to find a 3 Woes to gate my stocks, and their music leader might be reset by that. Because I'm not sure, because I had played 3 Woes negating their music leader, but and then I don't know. I don't know if it's still negated or not. So just, you know, utter disappointment. Because I know at this point, like, how I messed up and what I could have done better. And now I just got to figure out how to, you know, keep my mental on tilt and continue to just power through this game. And there's still the hope that I can combo off. You know, I still have the pieces. I still have stocks. I still have ship. I still have Ashkelon. So if I figure out a way to capture somebody, get out under this woes, you played as good. And I have the Goliath curse in my hand, so I can't underdeck that eventually if he decides to negate something else. So like this, by no means is this game already over. The opponent does have a lost soul. Sorry, I didn't update the score there. It's currently 1-0. He has 1, I have 0. Yeah, by no means is the game over, but I feel like the game could have been over if I had just been able to play a single redemption card when I was supposed to. I was joking with John Hendricks. I was like, after you see the gameplay video for today. Please remove me from rank 1 of your power board leader rankings. Especially after, there's this sense of like, I don't deserve that title. I mean, I want to recognize and celebrate the progress I have been making, but obviously there's a lot to have to go. And making silly mistakes like this is really, number one, embarrassing. Number two, humbling. Number three, I don't know. You fill in the blank for number three, but I feel like the mantra of my channel is like, I'm making the mistakes here so you don't have to. So hopefully by making these mistakes right now, I'm helping you guys learn and also be aware of stuff. For example, maybe if you're going to play a Concealed Riches deck one day, you watch this deck and you watch the mistakes I made with playing that. Hopefully that sticks out into your mind as like, oh, before I need to try to combo with Concealed Riches, I need to fill up my discard pile. So if one person learns from that, I mean, that'd be a win in my book. I feel like a card I should add to this deck is Shield. Shield's so good, and I'm playing mono black. I just don't know what to cut. My opponent's deck is playing Philistines, it looks like, so maybe I can get some ideas about what they're running. It feels like the Philistine mirror match here. Initially, I felt like the Philistines were pretty weak as a defense. And don't get me wrong, they have some weaknesses. Notably, I would say one of the things the Philistines are super weak to is effects that protect heroes. For example, like Faith Embowed or Temple Dedication or Flight into Egypt. If they're attacking you with heroes that are protected, like you can't Goliath them. Like what can you do? You can't scatter sheep them. You can't interrupt their protection. And your Philistines aren't like big and bandy. Like you usually can't go like a big Philistine defense to try and block what they're doing. And they're also turning off your enhancements that will try to win the battle. So for me, that's a weakness that Philistines have. But I'm playing Satan's Seat, so I can negate those protectabilities. Well, at least in the reserve, I'm playing Satan's Seat. Another weakness of this defense is like when I have the cross active, I can't play Bringing Fear or Scattered Sheep or Warrior Overtaken. My defense is a lot worse with if I have the cross up. The reason to play Philistines, I feel like Philistines wouldn't be playable if Goliath wasn't a card. Goliath just does so much. So a lot of decks just can't deal with Goliath. Okay, back to the game. Outsiders is coming in for the block, which is kind of awkward because what? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7, 7-ish kind of 7 different brigades here. And so that's going to be hurt. That's going to hurt a lot. This is just absolutely brutal. Is there anything I could have done to play around this? Because not only is he like picking apart my ways to combo right now, he's getting rid of my heroes in my territory, my good seed, which is one of my insurance of how to win the battle. And normally I'd be like, oh yeah, so I just need to negate that. I can go Crowd's Choice, get 3 woes, negate outsiders. But the thing is, if I shuffle my deck, all the cards that got moved to the bottom, their position will be changed. And so if I 3 woes his outsiders after playing Crowd's Choice, there is if I negate that, then none of the cards come back. Oh my gosh. And so I play Crowd's Choice, and then I kind of think about this and like, wait a second, if I shuffle my deck, then so I ended up playing Crowd's Choice. And notice how it says you may take a good card from deck reserve. I choosing to not do that. So I'm just playing Crowd's Choice like a dummy. Oh my gosh, this is awful. So here's another mistake, everybody. If somebody blocks you with outsiders and they're trying to underdeck your stuff, and you have a way to get your 3 woes out of your deck to try and negate that, it's definitely not going to work the way you think it's going to work. So outsiders, what is outsiders? A 2/2, a 4/4? I don't know what outsiders is. I can do Lost Child Found. Oh no, they're playing Glory of the Lord, which restricts me from playing enhancements, and they just get the block. Because I could have just done Lost Child Found, ban to their 24 elders, and then that would have been a way to negate their outsiders. But Glory of the Lord too strong, man. And again, if I had the cross out, that wouldn't have happened. But I guess if the cross out, I wouldn't have been able to 3 woes, but I would have been able to do Child is Born. So it's hard to just not kick yourself for little mistakes like that just add up over the course of a game. I feel like Redemption is especially brutal because you make some mistakes early on in the game, and then you have to play the rest of the game knowing like how those mistakes would have impacted you. Now I'm just dealing with the consequences of getting half my board outsidered, which is brutal. So what I lose? I lost good seeds, some heroes, my Alexandrian ship. And now I can't even combo because they have storehouse, which is protection. I wasn't able to get Satan's seat, so blah, blah, blah. I'm going to go for the auto block here. I'm going to warrior overtaken, discard music leader, and then get that guy out of there, and then go for Goliath block. He has to go back to his territory because he has storehouse. His hand is protected, so he can't present a new hero from his hand. And I get the auto block. And that felt like the best block available to me. I didn't want to oh, actually, no, that wasn't the best block because I could have gone Philistine Armor Bearer, get foreign spears, use foreign spears to take out Music Leader, and then could do Armor Bearer to Goliath. And that way I didn't have to use my Dominant. So there was actually a better block for me there. One where I could have just cashed in my Armor Bearer and not have used my Dominant. So, whoopsie. Okay, 2-star abilities. I got the Stricken, got the Virgin Birth. Pretty sad that I haven't been able to break through yet. I feel like, yeah, I set myself up for super big outsiders and I got blown out by that. If I was expecting outsiders, I should have at least, gotten a 3 woes out of my deck with the crowd's choice before I attacked. I want to add outsiders to this deck, but the Philistine Unity on Ashkelon is really strict. And I'm just imagining if I block with an outsiders and the outsider survives, don't really have a way to bounce outsiders outside of Lost Child Found. And that could be a big liability for me. Especially if you have people running around playing 20 shekels, they want to play their outsiders. I really want to play outsiders in this deck, but I feel like there's a couple of good reasons why I shouldn't. Is number one, this deck is all about getting on board early. So if you go first and you are and you're just pooping out all your nativity stuff, your outsiders is usually not going to have the board advantage to actually be good. So that's reason one. Reason two is the strict Ashkelon unity requirement. And outsiders is a liability to the reason why you're playing this version of the deck. So, but there are a lot of things to like about outsiders. Even if you can't underdeck, you can draw you a bunch of cards, or you pair them with Herod's Temple, which I'm running. You can get a lot of just good auto blocks with outsiders if you have the board advantage. So it's a card definitely on my radar, but ultimately I feel like I don't know if I can afford to do it. So let's see. My only hope this game, help me Obi-Wan Kenobi, if he blocks with Goliath. So I think last turn I negated and reserved Goliath. And he already uses Deceiver, but that Deceiver's back in his deck. And he hasn't played Armor Bearer. Okay, so when I attacked with John, I got to paralyze my Goliath so he couldn't band him. But he's just going for another Outsiders block. Outsiders is a what? I don't know. Outsiders just going to tear up my territory again. Don't I have a stocks? Why didn't I stocks the Outsiders? Yeah, I don't know what's going on in this game. Outsiders is underdecking some heroes and a stable, not my stable, and Ashkelon. I was really close to getting the combo back online. I just I just got my Alexandrian ship, and so all I needed was a Lost Soul Old Testament captured. Is that a stocks there that's in my artifact pile? I'm not sure. I think that's a stocks. I could be wrong. All right, Outsiders dies. He's just a 2/2, so he just dies. He didn't want me to interrupt that. Outsiders, let's see, how many cards did he take out of my territory? 7? It's so brutal. So brutal. How did I get rid of their storehouse? Where did their storehouse go? I don't know what happened to their storehouse, honestly. I don't remember. I got a good old, oh yeah, it is a stocks. I have a messenger and a John. Awkward. Okay, Lawless. I see they're getting a 3 woes off their Lawless. Okay. 24 Elders is pretty good card, like a 12/12, just attacking with the 12/12 that negates evil cards, that's really good. I thought about putting 24 Elders in this deck, but the only reason I didn't do it is because Mary needs Gospel Unity and 24 Elders is from the Book of Revelation. So felt like kind of the same reason with Outsiders. It's just I don't want to compromise Mary because she's such a big part of the strategy of the deck. Well, whatever happened to the storehouse, they got it back now. Priest of Zeus is a problem. The way I get back in this game is by drawing cards, and now he just basically shut that off unless I'm okay with losing cards in my territory. I'm hoping to draw Mary again. Esther. So Esther's pretty good against Goliath, but I'm going to go for the Pagan Sailors, activate stocks. But I know this isn't going to work per se because they have a 3 woes. So not the best block, but better than blocking with Goliath or something. At least this forces them to play the 3 woes. But it would have been nice to capture Priest of Zeus with stocks next turn. Let's see, I'm trying to figure out who has initiative right now. I think he has initiative. And then they're playing The Lord Goes Before You to start a side battle between two different characters. Now, what he should have done is he should have paired his 2/2 King of a Philistine King to fight my Pagan Sailors, because I have to control Pagan Sailors. And so if he ever gives me a chance to play initiative, I can either play Bringing Fear or Tenants Kill the Sun or Stricken to get rid of Esther. But I'm going to be playing my Stricken to negate The Lord Goes Before You to get back to my battle. But maybe I should have just played Stricken to reserve Esther. You know, that was pretty dumb, because now I'm giving him the chance. Now I have to basically play like another, I have to play another card here to stop Esther. And the cards in my hand are valuable resources. Like, I don't want to be having to use more than I have to. But yeah, anyways, if the opponent had made me fight my Pagan Sailors versus his 2/2, then he would just pass initiative to me, and we'd both get reserved or whatever, destroyed, or and he'd have to get the soul for free basically. So a little bit misplayed there by my opponent, it feels like. But it looks like I'm not going to be punished that hard, because I feel like Esther's just going to die here once I play a card. Yeah, I have to play my Bringing Fear here, which doesn't feel good. I'm just trying to negate her protection and kill her in battle. And again, this wouldn't have been a problem if I got Insane Seed on turn 2, but guess here we are. All right, my turn. Flight into Egypt. Protect good nativity cards from harm till end of turn. So that's good. I drew Zechariah, which is great. It feels like I have a really good attack in here. If I can go Messenger. Oh wait, before I attack, I need to get down to hand size, so I can use Zechariah. Oh, I don't think I'll be drawing cards because I didn't want anything. I didn't want them taking out Goliath, but maybe I should have let them take out Goliath because I had the armor bearer. Yeah, in this situation, I feel like them discarding one of my characters here isn't that big a deal, because I have ways to get them back. So, bummer. I missed out on 2 cards here. And I also missed out. Maybe I'm preventing the next. Okay, so this card is prevented. Their chariots. We'll correct that soon. But nice way to get around your, like, tossing or preventing the next is like blocking with your Fickle or your Philistine armor bearer, equipping it a card that's prevented, and then exchanging to next. And that way you're able to kind of keep fighting in the battle without worrying about that pesky prevent clause. So opponent is playing Fickle in the reserve. I wish I could play Fickle in my reserve, but my reserve is jam-packed full of Ashkelon goodies. And so he has a play which I wish I could do. He can go Armor Bearer, equip Chariots, go to your reserve, get Fickle, equip Chariots, and you can like draw 4 cards on a turn. But I prevented 2 of that. And then Fickle can ban to somebody else. So he bans to my Herdsman. I'm going to be playing Flight into Egypt. I think I should have just played the Child is Born here, but I guess I really just wanted to play the Flight in Egypt because I knew I had hand advantage or disadvantage. Because now this puts in a special initiative, and now he sets himself up for the High Priest plot, which protects his stuff from good cards. And if I try to interrupt the battle and reserve all evil characters in battle, he can play his Bringing Fear, and basically we're just at stalemate. So if I had gone the Child is Born, banned to 24 Elders, shuffle my artifact to negate everything, or sorry, negate his evil cards, he wouldn't have been able to play the High Priest plot to give his stuff protection, because that would have been prevented, I think. And if he had Bringing Fear, like he could have played that, but I feel like my characters would have just been bigger than him in battle. Oh, but Bringing Fear would negate the special ability on 24 Elders. So in theory, he could have still played the High Priest plot after Bringing Fear, I guess. Yeah, I'm not sure what would have happened in the battle if I played Child's Born. I'm guessing the battle would have maybe been the same, but I would have been able to ban John into battle, which could have drawn me some cards, which could have been relevant. And I'm unsuccessful in this battle, which feels real bad. All right, so I am a little bit surprised by my defense, how they've been able to holding up, because opponent has only been able to rescue 1 lost soul, and that's from their Son of God. I know they have another Son of God in there, but my defense isn't going to be able to hold on for much longer, especially with what they're going to be doing to me soon. My repeated failures to break through his defense have also like really taken a toll on me. I feel like his deck is better equipped to play the late game than me, especially when he just got back Music Leader. He has Evil Remain. The fact that I haven't been able to draw cards either, or have chosen not to draw cards when we could have, is also hurting me a lot here. Like I'm doing okay, don't get me wrong, but like I could be so much better off where I am right now. So let's see, he's attacking me with Jehoshaphat, banding to my guy. So normally I couldn't really deal with this, but luckily I have the scattered sheep in my, so I think I'm just gonna go for the block and then scattered sheep. Let's see. I know that doesn't really do anything against your remain, but I could go Goliath here, but something tells me he played temple dedication this turn, and that's why I didn't do that. Or or I knew that if I block with Goliath and he just puts 24 elders into play, like I'm pretty screwed. Pagan Sailors, I'm gonna capture Music Leader, Priest of Zeus. All right. And he gives me initiative and there's a scattered sheep. So I have to shuffle my Zechariah. How many times has Zechariah been shuffled this game? A couple times. This is bad. This is just really bad. Now he's deciding whether to do you or remain, and he actually chooses not to, which is really interesting to me. I guess he didn't feel like he had an artifact that he could have attacked with 24 elders or a hero in his hand. But I was pretty cold. Okay, oh, Zechariah's back. What do you know? All right. Good seed he is here, which is nice. And hmm, okay, yep. I remember this turn. I'm gonna make another bad play. Mr. Rebop. Okay, first of all, taking out Priest of Zeus, that's good. That's good. For some reason, I think I play out my armor bearer from my hand here before I attack. I don't know why. I don't know why I do that. Because look, he has a billion ways to ban my armor bearer here. And guess who's sitting in his reserve? Is Goliath. And so yeah, just putting out the armor bearer for no reason whatsoever. Why I did that, honestly. So now he just has a free block. I mean, sure. Oh wait, it's not so free because I drew Gabriel. So we'll see what happens here. Yeah, the Philistine mirror match, man. Abimelech, Michael, banding cards. You should definitely be aware of these cards. There's my armor bearer getting banded too, and he gets to put my armor bearer in my reserve. Apparently that's how that works. And there's his Goliath back for second or third time. I forget. Ah. So Zechariah gets pushed out of battle, and I can present a new hero. Let's go. Oh, and Goliath's ability is negating banding, so Goliath gets pushed out of battle. Oh, wait, no, because he didn't band a Goliath, he exchanged with him. Okay, so I need to figure out what I'm going to get with Gabriel, what mode I want to do. The banding could be good, but I didn't feel like banding to John for just numbers. I guess I could have tossed the next, huh? I decided to get Flight into Egypt backed, which is, I don't know if that's good or bad. I feel like that's a shield trigger that got missed, but that's okay. Oh yeah, maybe Gabriel's negating shield. Oh boy, here's a murder's command. I low-key forgot they had this. Zechariah the Silent is biting the bullet here. And because I drew two cards with Zechariah, now they're protected for me and there's nothing I can do. Again, another block. Oh, so frustrating. And Foreign Wise is another card I'd love to play in this deck, but number one, the reserve space is really tight. I don't think I have room for her. Number two, Philistines, all about the Philistines here. And if I have a Foreign Wives in play just sitting there while I'm trying to Ashkelon, it's not going to be pretty for me. So yeah, this game, I'm accepting that it's probably slipping beyond my reach right now. But the score is still 1-1, so I haven't drawn my Son of God or Second Coming yet. So if I'm able to keep blocking and if I had just been able to rescue a couple lost souls, this game. And I have John in my hand, and maybe I can cheese a block with John, rescue lost soul for free. 24 elders attacking me. I have a deceiver in my hand, which I can go get something. I have tenants kill the sun, which is good. Okay, I'm playing. What am I doing? I guess I decided to three woes his guy. I don't know why I did that because I had I guess I was really turbo focused on using foreign spears to discard his three woes. But honestly, like his three woes wasn't that big a deal right now. So yeah, I messed up. I definitely messed up. And not only am I doing all these searching, I'm giving him a bunch of shield triggers. I think I'm giving him 4 this turn. Also make a bad play. I should have gone Abimelech band to Fikel band to Herdsman. Yeah. Okay, so in retrospect, this turn blocking there with the armor bearer is really bad idea. Or deceiver into armor bearer is bad idea. Number 2, I should have just maybe blocked with one of my dinky Philistines or maybe Goliath. Maybe I should have just blocked with Goliath. Yeah, why didn't I block with Goliath? Because like what's he gonna do against that? He's pushed out of battle. He can use your remain. And I just play Tenants Kill His Son. Bro. is this content enjoyable? Like who's watching this? Who who would want to watch this in my mind? Like I personally invested in this because it's a learning experience for me. But like I feel there's a lot of satisfaction watching people who are good at a game play the game. But what about a person who's kind of learning to get good at the game? Is that satisfying to watch? Is that is there content in mistakes? Or is there only content in perfection? Regardless of the answer, for those who are watching, I appreciate you. And thank you for putting up with my baboon brain who wants to foreign spears 3 woes for no reason. And let's see. Sheol is just tearing me up right now. Dude, this game, I want this video to be over with. Honestly, I just want this video to be over with. I just want to move on with my life. But let's see, how much left do we have? Hey, I'm gonna speed it up. I can't do this. I can't continue to do this at this speed. We're doing the 2-0, 2-0, 2-0 speed. And Gilbo has a timer right now. Timer's, I think we have like maybe 15 minutes left in the match. It's been a weird game. I get down to 2 cards in hand. John attacks. Here, try to paralyze everything in his territory, but he has a deceiver in his hand, which is just so brutal. Goodbye, Gabriel. I need you. Goliath pushes my stuff out of battle. Get me out. Get me out of this game. Get me out. I don't want to play anymore. I don't want to play anymore. I don't want to watch anymore. Oh, monkey pain. Monkey pain. Dun, dun, dun. And now he's let's see. Attacking with Jehu is just gonna carve up my territory like Swiss cheese here. This game's Jover. This game's Jover. Okay. For my sake and for your sake, let's just skip to the end, shall we? Okay, let's go to my last turn of the game. He has 4 lost souls now. I have 1. I attack with John, paralyze his stuff. He blocks the foreign wise from his hand. And then what do I do? I think activate Herod's Temple and start tossing. Because if I get initiative, I'm just going to toss my child is born at her and nail that. But then they're going to use a dominant, we're overtaken, get the Philistine armor bearer out of their... How many times do I have to kill Goliath? Help, help. Okay, so Goliath will push John out of battle, and then I get to add somebody else to battle. So let me get my good seed back. I didn't use that yet. So I'm going to use good seed to add John because I don't want to toss things now. So John is going to reveal Son of God, and now it's my initiative. So tossing the next and playing Lost Child Found to bounce 3 of his guys. So this will get me a lost soul. So I'll end up the game with 2 lost souls, and opponent will have gotten 5 lost souls. And I have a Son of God in my hand that I can't play because he has no lost souls in play because I let him shield everything. So that's how the game went, everybody. I am looking forward to the day where I'm taking off the power board leaders spot number 1. There'll just be less pressure, less rankings, less problems. And I want to continue working on this Ashkelon nativity deck. This deck has a lot of potential, and you saw like how quote unquote free the game would have been if I'd been able to pull it off on turn 2. But thanks for watching. See you next time.